Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond the Evidence. This is the channel where justice matters. My name is Marv. I am a true crime fanatic, and I love to dig deeper into the mysteries of unsolved cases. Join me as we search for missing persons, uncover the clues in unsolved murders, follow along with jury trials, and we'll be a voice for the voiceless. I'll share with you the facts, the theories, the clues, the evidence, and the controversies that surround these cases. This is Beyond the Evidence. Hello everyone, welcome. As you know, I put out a video yesterday about Elijah Vue, and my background is not right. Well, excuse the Tabitha shucks on the one screen, that's wrong. But we are having a press conference starting at 5 o'clock, and we're going to find out an update. I can tell you that as of 23 hours ago, so yesterday at 5 p.m., the update was that Elijah has not been located. They're continuing to follow up on all tips and leads 24 hours a day. With the help of the sheriff deputies from all over the state, a large search remains at the landfill. Searches of both the East and West Twin Rivers are being conducted with the help of Wings of Hope and North Star, as well as the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department dive team and the Brown County Sheriff's Department dive team. You'll also continue to see large-scale canvassing of areas in Manitowoc County, both urban and rural. People continue to ask what they can do to help in locating Elijah. And this is from everyone across the state. So, but for the people that are in the Two Rivers area, they want you to check your properties and check anywhere a child could be. If you locate Elijah, call 911. If you locate something you believe relates to the case, or have a tip or information you think could be helpful, call the tip line at 844-267-6648. Let's see here. They also want you to be aware that there is third-party scams going around right now in this case, seeking money or personal information from those helping to find Elijah. Donations should only go through Two Rivers, City Hall, or Police Department, or reliable sources dedicated to the efforts of Elijah's family. They're aware of fraudulent individuals seeking money or information while organizing searches, and others simply looking to take advantage of this tragedy. So that is the current, that was yesterday's update. Now I'm trying to get in position here. I am on the Two Rivers Facebook page. I know they're going to have a conference, a news conference, so we want to see what is happening. If anybody has a link to this conference, please let me know now, as we got about 5 minutes, and so far nothing is coming up. But I'm going to keep checking here. Okay. I'm going to mute this. They are the only station I've seen that has any information. So I'm hoping this VFR or WFRV Local 5 is going to have the press conference. Hi, Carly. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Jean. How are you? Hello, Just Deb. How are you? Glad you ladies could join me. I am sure hoping that there is news about this little boy. I did get some more information that Carly sent me, and we'll be going over that as soon as the press conference is over. I'm surprised they have not put it on the Two Rivers Police Department page yet. So we do know that Elijah's mother and her boyfriend have been charged with neglect. Hello, Audrey. How are you? Carly, are you finding anything on this press conference? Because they said it was going to be at 5 o'clock, but nothing is popping up yet. The little boy was sent to his uncle's apartment. Yes, Annette, I know. I don't think it's going to be good either, but we're going to see. Okay, so as I said, we're watching, waiting. I'm shocked that the Two Rivers don't have this up. Even Grizzlies, I just went to her thing to look. I guess we just got to keep refreshing. So I'm just going to keep refreshing all my pages. The family does have, yes, they do. Now, Annette is only a short ways away from Two Rivers. This is so weird. So today is 1 week that Elijah has been missing. And if you saw my video from yesterday, they have been canvassing door to door. They have been searching. The landfill has been a big site. They have been searching rivers and creeks and woods and you name it. I thought it's kind of weird that, okay, here we go. Hang on 1 second here.
The best.
What? I think they're having issues because the video was sideways. And it's only 51 seconds. Andrea, see, oh, wait.
To our search for Elijah. Tonight you have a couple speakers before you. First up will be Chief Ben Minard of the Two Rivers Police Department to provide an update on search efforts over the past week. We'll also have two members of Elijah's family who will also speak here tonight. Some things I want to let you folks know as well. When the family comes up here to speak, they're going to be stepping off to the side once they are completed. We respectfully request that you do not film them until they are done speaking. The chief will have about 5 minutes for questions after everyone is done speaking. He will not speak about the current situation involving Katrina Bauer and Elijah Vue. Most of that is already in the media, and they're currently in custody in Manitowoc County Jail. When asking which organization you are with.
All right, so this is buffering. This is what happens on Facebook.
Thank you all for being here this evening. My name is Ben Minard. I'm the chief of the Two Rivers today. For the past week, we utilized hundreds of resources, worked around the clock in our attempts to bring Elijah home. Right now, I'd like to bring everybody just up to speed with our search for Elijah and how that went. Elijah was reported a week ago today, like I said, around 11 a.m. in the 3900 block of Missingchild Road here in Two Rivers. Everyone searched for Elijah on that day, and I mean everyone. Our police department first responders responded out. It's not necessarily an unusual incident to have a missing child. Usually we find them right away. Nearly immediately we realized that we needed more resources. Every officer, including myself, was out searching that day for Elijah. When we needed more help, we reached out to the fire department and our Department of Public Works. Soon after that, we got some information stating that Elijah may have gone missing at 8 a.m. When we received that information, my assistant chief, Melissa Wiesner, she's a former lead investigator, and she's worked many child cases. I entrusted her, and I knew she had the wherewithal to reach out immediately to places like a child is missing, our National Center for numerous alerts and local emergency alerts. That included an Amber Alert. I know there's been some question about an Amber Alert on that day and why. This child was 3 years old and was reported missing on a kit and possibly light clothing. And we knew at that time, possibly 3 to 4 hours. I define that as endangered. I immediately reached out with the assistance of my staff to the Division of Criminal Investigation. This is not about me. This has always been about bringing Elijah home, and quickly. They led that investigation into his whereabouts with the support of our FBI. We also utilized almost any boat, UTV, drone, canine, and even National Guard helicopters to search for Elijah. Unfortunately, Elijah wasn't found. Following that day, we had a press conference. I know people were frustrated with that. I too was frustrated with that. We had a lot of misinformation going around on Facebook, through social media. and just in general. We felt it necessary that we had to lay out factual information of the case and bring everybody up to date to that point. We also established a tip line and got that out to the public at that time. That has been beneficial and crucial to this investigation and search. Since the conference, I have personally provided media releases daily, if not multiple times during the day, to bring our public up to date and remain transparent. Those leads, those investigations, everything we've taken as tips have led to searching our neighborhoods, searching all our waterways, aerial and foot canvases, both urban and rural, throughout Manitowoc County and even beyond. We've searched Wisconsin landfills and quarries, and we've even had additional leads in Wisconsin Dells. In addition to all those search efforts, I am aware of other investigations taking place. I can confirm Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, is in jail on charges of child neglect and obstructing. Katrina's boyfriend, Jesse Bang, is in jail on charges of child neglect. And I do know that Elijah's father has also been incarcerated at Oshkosh Correctional Institute in unrelated matters since 2023. I also understand that the public would like more information on those first two individuals I mentioned. However, I'm unable to discuss those matters because it is an ongoing investigation and I don't want to jeopardize those cases. I want to thank the various local, state, federal agencies, as well as all our fire and EMS, and even those private resources that have helped along the way. Thank you to everyone in the community. They've provided food and drinks towards all these efforts, and thanks to all those private search efforts. On Saturday, we announced a Crime Stoppers Award of $1,000 for information leading to the location of Elijah, and have since provided other ways that people can donate here in the community or abroad. Currently, we have those established as coming to our customer service here at City Hall, our police department, and I'm also working on establishing an online route for people to do so. When that becomes available, I will reach out to everybody and let you know. Today, the FBI has now provided an additional reward up to $15,000 for information leading to the location and return of Elijah Vue, and or the arrest and conviction of any individual or individuals responsible or involved with his disappearance. We have posters here that state just that. In addition to all those search efforts, Elijah Vue's family has been coordinating their own search efforts throughout Manitowoc County. They're here today and they'd like to provide a statement. I'd like to bring those members of Elijah's family out to make those statements for you.
On behalf of my family, we stand before you today with heavy hearts burdened by an unimaginable situation. The pain is indescribable, a torment no family or child should ever face. We cannot express the depth of our sorrow, nor the desperation that consumes us as each moment passes without news of Elijah's safety. To anyone who may have information about Elijah's whereabouts, we plead with you to please come forward. Your courage, your compassion, your willingness to speak up may hold the key to Elijah's safe return. Every piece of information will help bring us one step closer to bring Elijah back to our family where he belongs. To those who may have information, your assistance is just not a contribution, but a lifeline of hope. Elijah is a joyful and curious boy, full of life and love. He is a precious child who deserves every chance of happiness, and his absence is deeply felt by all who know and love him. Every day without him feels like a piece of our hearts is missing. We long to hear his laughter, to witness his curiosity, and to feel the warmth of his embrace. The emptiness left in his absence is a void that cannot be filled by anything else. Elijah, if you can hear us, know that you are deeply missed and loved, and we will not rest until you are safely back in our arms. Lastly, we want to express our deepest gratitude to law enforcement, government agency, and all involved in the search operation. The support of the community, the dedications of volunteers, the generosity of businesses, and the kindness showing through food and monetary donations, and so much more. We thank each and every one of you for your role in our search for Elijah. Please keep Elijah in your thoughts and prayers. And if you have any information, please come forward. We believe that with the help of the community, we can bring Elijah back home together. Thank you.
I took the English is not good. So, I want everybody to be patient with me. So, and I just try that I can. So, right now, I would like to thank you for everybody to help my family to search for my grandson whole week to today. So, everybody know that we are really good. So, and I want to thank you for the officer, for all the fire department people, all the people living in the two cities here, help us to search for our grandson, our baby for 1 week right now. So, really thank you for everybody. So far right now, so I want everybody to continue to help us to look for my grandson. I want my grandson to be home with my family. So I want everybody to continue, don't stop, just searching for my baby Elijah. We want him to be safe and with my family, and we love my grandson. Thank you, buddy.
I'd like to thank the Vue family for being here. I have time for some questions, as the sheriff announced earlier. I won't be able to talk about the investigation of the case, but I will answer whatever questions I can.
Chief Emily Matesic from Fox 11. When was the last time someone other than Jesse Bang saw Elijah? What was the last time he was seen by someone other than someone who's arrested in the case?
Right, we've gotten that question a lot. I appreciate that question. What I will say is the reason that we've been seeking out to the public to request all the information that we are is because we are following up on every lead, tip, etc. And that is one of those things. You know, we want to know every time, anytime that Elijah was seen during this past week. So we will continue to follow up on all leads, any leads, and that's what's leading us into the locations that we've been.
What was the most recent, I guess, before he disappeared?
I can't comment directly on the investigation, but I can tell you that we're following up on all those and we continue to ask for those.
Chief Rita Jones, Fox 6. Have you all
Hang on,
received,
just a second. Rita, go
Rita
ahead
Jones,
first.
Fox 6, Milwaukee, have you all received any information that indicates that Elijah is still alive, whether that be any surveillance or ring camera?
I'm not going to speculate on anything at this point, but what I will say is all our efforts are for bringing home Elijah safe. I believe that all our efforts thus far have done just that. We've reached out to hundreds and hundreds of resources over this week's time span, and they're all dedicated to bringing him home, and will continue to follow up on any leads to do so.
Chief Kendall, please, WISN 12. Do police believe Elijah left that residence on his own?
Again, I can't speculate. I will say that again, when we're talking about the Amber Alert that we put out, people wanted me to speculate on an abduction versus an endangered. At this point, what I do know is a child was missing in cold temperatures, winter temperatures, in relatively little clothing and possibly a blanket. That's what we're searching for, and we'll continue to search for until I get some answers.
I know you asked for surveillance video. Has there been any video that shows him on his own walking, anything like that?
I can't comment directly on that. What I will say is if that is in fact the case, I know that we have DCI agents, FBI agents, and local police doing just that because we're following up on all tips, any tips that relate to Elijah Vue and his return.
Chief Mary Postal Labos, NBC 26, you mentioned that there are search efforts in other parts of the state. Can you speak to what those have included? You mentioned here we've been searching landfills and waterways. You said that there have been searches going on in Wisconsin Dells. What have those looked like?
Well, I think what I can tell you is that you've seen and you guys have been broadcasting searches of landfills, searches of our waterways. We know that people have been out in the Dells. Those are all things that we're following up on leads on. Any lead, we'll leave no rock unturned. We're going to follow up on those leads because ultimately our goal is, again, we want to bring Elijah home. So it doesn't matter how small that lead or tip may be, please bring that to us. Contact our tip line because we will get people out there to follow up on any lead whatsoever. I think we're going to go back over here because he was asking earlier.
You had spoke about misinformation before. How does misinformation spread, specifically in this case on Facebook, hinder this specific investigation and then just an investigation in general?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
The misinformation on Facebook, how does that hinder an investigation, this one specifically, and just in general?
That in particular doesn't necessarily hinder the investigation. What it does is it hinders all the efforts within the community. Because again, our primary efforts here are to bring Elijah home safe. And if the public's getting misinformation, that's going to lead them awry. I want them to know the facts. Our department takes pride in remaining transparent here in Two Rivers. And that's why I'm putting out all these news releases. That's why I'm having a news conference with you today, is because I want the public to know the facts, just the facts, and be up to date with those facts so they can continue their own searches. We're appreciative of those. I'm also appreciative of all the resources that we're focusing on throughout Manitowoc and beyond.
Chief, can you talk about the toll this has taken on your
I'm sorry,
department?
can we take another question over here? I'd like to spread this around.
Samantha Cavalli, WBAY News. Have you been able to find any items that Elijah was last wearing? We have video of people collecting evidence, potentially might be that dinosaur shoe that was missing.
Right, I can't comment on exactly what has been taken or would not be taken. I don't know the investigation issues there as far as how that plays out. What I do know is that we're continuing to search for any of those items that you're talking about. So basically, you guys have all seen the photo of Elijah. We've mentioned that he may have had dinosaur print shoes, a red plaid blanket, and in the clothing description. We are still looking for anybody that has tips on any of that stuff because we will follow up on it and we will try to figure out if it is related to Elijah.
Where do you go from here? Is there still?
I'm sorry, can we go here? Last question.
Yeah, Chief Minor, Felix out from Local 5 News. A week after he's gone missing, how confident are you that Elijah is still alive?
Again, I'm not going to speculate. What I'm going to do is continue to search for Elijah Vue. We are doing everything in our efforts, believing that he is still out there. We will find him and we will bring him home. That's what we're searching for. And really, anybody in the community, anybody beyond, this is not related to just Two Rivers. This is abroad. So even outside of the Two Rivers community, I ask everybody in the state and beyond, really just start looking at your property. That's what you can do as a person, not right here physically. If you're looking for something to do, first check your property, then get involved in some of these other search efforts. That would help us a great deal. And again, reach out to that tip line, come back to us, and provide us with any tips and we will follow up on them.
Do investigators have a reason to believe at this point that there's anyone else involved in this disappearance?
I'm sorry. That was the last question. I will just close with I'd like to thank you, everyone, for being here today. You've heard pleas from the family now. We echo those same pleas. Since our number one, our priority has always been, I keep repeating it, to bring Elijah home. I'm asking everyone to continue in their searches, continue to contact our tip line, report anything at all that you feel may help us bring Elijah home. Everyone has been affected by this deal, this incident a great deal. This is a close-knit Two Rivers community. We're all devastated. We want answers. You want answers. I know efforts of our city staff, our citizens, and those beyond our city limits are going to continue to work together, and we'll bring Elijah home. Thank you.
Will a representative from the FBI be able to answer any questions at all?
So that is the end of our press conference. Again, we're making that plea out to the public. Everybody's seen that kid's go. It's pulling at everybody's heartstrings. We need to find them. Somebody knows something. Just want to remind everyone, tip line, state tip line, we've received hundreds and hundreds of tips that DCI agents are following up on, FBI agents are following up on, and local law enforcement. That tip line is 844-267-6648. And as a reminder again, as Chief reiterated, there's a $1,000 reward out from our local Crime Stoppers for information leading to the discovery of Elijah. And now the FBI has stepped up their ballgame, which we have posters set up by them, $15,000 reward for anyone we had that information leading to his recovery and or arrest and prosecution of anyone responsible for his disappearance. Again, thank you all for helping share our message out today.
Okay, so not a lot of news. They're still looking. They are absolutely still looking. Now, I do know that if you're interested in this case, there is a Finding Elijah Facebook page. A couple of them. And I'm going to send you the link to the first one that came up. As I said in my video, Two Rivers Police Department is your source of information. They are on Facebook. You know, have followed their Facebook page. And then okay, so Katrina Bauer, the mother. What we know is that she is originally from Wisconsin Dells. And that is why there's searches going on in that area, along with Two Rivers. So this was on 2/26/2024. Her address is actually listed in Wisconsin Dells. And they have here count one. Let me see if I can stop sharing. Okay, so count one is neglecting a child. Specified harm did not occur, and child under 6 years of age as a party to a crime. The above named defendant on or between February 12th, 2024 and February 20th, 2024 in the city of Two Rivers, Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, as a party to a crime being a person responsible for the welfare of a victim child, date of birth 8/2020, through her action, for reasons other than poverty, did negligently fail to provide necessary care so as to seriously endanger the physical, mental, or emotional health of the child, and the natural and probable consequences of this violation would be harm under, and they give this Wisconsin statute, although the harm did not actually occur, and the child, contrary to section and another statute, it's a class 1 felony, and upon conviction may be fined not more than $10,000 or imprisoned not more than 3 years and 6 months or both. That's crazy to me. Neglect of a child, you're not going to get any more than 3 years and 6 months. No wonder why these people keep doing this. These laws need to get strengthened. Count 2, obstructing an officer. The above named defendant on or about Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, in the town of Two Rivers, Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, did knowingly obstruct an officer while such officer was doing an act in official capacity and with lawful authority. Obstructed officers, contrary to section, gives the statute a Class A misdemeanor, and upon conviction may be fined not more than $10,000 or imprisoned not more than 9 months, or both. Count 3 is also obstructing an officer, says the exact same thing. Probable cause. The complainant alleges he is informed by the reports of Megan Klumpian, known to complainant to be a detective with the Two Rivers Police Department, and Detective Lieutenant Jacob Glasser of the Two Rivers Police Department, that the incident occurred in the town of Two Rivers, Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. Based on information provided by detectives on 2/20/2024, the Two Rivers Police Department was notified by dispatch that Jesse Vang called 911 at 10:59 a.m., reporting that he was babysitting a 3-year-old child victim. Vang reported that while watching the child, he fell asleep. When he woke up, the child was missing. Law enforcement responded to the Vang residence at 3918 Mishcot Road, apartment 102 in Two Rivers, Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, in an attempt to locate the victim. Law enforcement has been unsuccessful in locating victim as of February 26, 2024. On 2/20/24, the detectives spoke with Vang at the residence, and Vang said he is in a relationship with victim's mother, Katrina Bauer. Vang stated that victim has been staying with him recently. Vang stated he has been trying to help Bauer correct victim's bad behavior. Vang stated that he has been assisting with the care of the victim for approximately 1 month, but not continuously. Vang stated that on today's date, 2/20/24, he woke up with his autistic teenage son. Vang helped his son with getting on the bus at approximately 7:30. Vang stated victim was still asleep after he walked his son out to the bus. Vang stated that he woke victim at approximately a.m. and brought him into the bedroom with him. Vang stated that he shut the door and Vang fell asleep. Vang stated he woke up at approximately 11 a.m. and found that victim was gone. Vang said he then called 911 to report victim missing. On 2/20/2024, the detective stated that victim has been in the care of Jesse Vang for approximately 1 week. Bauer resides in the Wisconsin Dells and stated she dropped off the victim with Jesse Vang on 2/12/2024 in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. She intended on victim coming back to the Wisconsin Dells on Friday, February 23rd. On 2/20/2024, DCI agent Neil Laffey did speak with Katrina Bauer and denied that she was in the Manitowoc County area on February 16th and 17th of 2024. Detective Klumpen is aware that pursuant to search warrants, law enforcement did conduct forensic extractions of Jesse Vang and Katrina Bauer's cell phones after they were turned over to law enforcement. Based on analysis of these cell phones, specific location data obtained, and the law enforcement obtained information that contradicted Katrina's statements that she had not been in the Manitowoc area on February 16th and 17th, law enforcement located messages from Vang to Bauer at approximately 6:39 p.m. and 6:49 p.m. February 17th, 2024, where Vang tells Bauer that he is angry that victim overfilled his diaper with poop and pee, and that Vang gave victim a cold shower. Vang noted the victim was clean but scared. Detective Glasser spoke with Katrina Bauer and she stated that Jesse Vang was the enforcer of rules in the relationship, and that was the reason for sending victim to stay with Vang. She discussed with him the limits of what discipline she did not want used. Other than that, she is fine with whatever discipline Vang enforces. She gave examples of discipline including praying, saying he was sorry, and going over 4 rules the victim is supposed to be memorizing. At no point did she admit she was in the city of Two Rivers between February 12th and February 20th, 2024, or had any face-to-face contact with the victim. She said she was discussing behavior issues with Vang around Thanksgiving of 2023, and he said she needed to try harder to stop the behavior. Bauer stated that she wanted Vang to teach victim, by example, how to be a man. At 3 years old, really? She said the first time victim had gone to stay by Vang without her was in January of 2024. She said the past week was the longest time victim had stayed with Vang without her being there. Detective Lieutenant Glasser said while talked about the past week, she admitted she had been in Two Rivers on February 16, 2024. She said she left the Wisconsin Dells around 6 or 7 p.m. and arrived in Two Rivers late at night. She saw victim on the couch, but he was tired. She said she left early morning on February 17th. She was confronted about being in Two Rivers on a different day, and she did admit she was in Two Rivers on February 14th for a period of time and then went back home. On 2/20/2024, Vang consented to meeting with law enforcement and agreed to a consensual interview. During the course of the interview conducted by Detective Michael Herman of Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department, Vang made consensual statements in regards to his recent interactions with victim. Vang stated that victim is afraid of him, then corrected himself and stated that he respects me. He stated that they put victim here as a punishment for his bad behavior. They were trying to teach him how to be a good here and good at home. Vang indicated that he is trying to make him understand that going home is like a privilege for him. Vang stated that victim was disciplined using timeouts. He described the timeouts as being standing for periods of time from 1 to 3 hours. During this time, victim was required to pray or say, "I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry, Mommy." Vang reported that victim was in timeout for the majority of this time with Vang, as it was intended as a form of boot camp. Other than getting into things, Vang was unable to identify specific bad behaviors which required a timeout. Vang reported that victim is not potty trained and that he is still wearing diapers. Vang advised that he changed victim's diaper at least once per day. On the evening of 2/19/2024, Vang changed victim's diaper prior to him going to bed at approximately 8 to 9 p.m. He then watched Ready Player One. He stated that victim was not watching the movie as Vang put him in punishment. He stated that victim will stand in the corner or stand by the bed by me, Vang stated. He gets pretty tired from, I guess, like from standing too. He explained he does not want to be mean to him, but he is trying to teach him to be more respectful. He was asked about February 19, 2024, if he made victim stand, to which he replied, yeah, for probably like 2 to 3 hours. Vang confirmed again that victim stands for 2 to 3 hours without sitting. In the event that victim tries to sit down, Vang will say, "You want cold water?" and then indicated he's fine. It's not like his knees are shaking and about to fall over, you know. On the morning of 2/20/2024, Vang woke up approximately 7:30 and prepared his son for school. At that time, he saw victim sleeping on the futon sofa in the living room. Vang took his son to the bus stop and locked the apartment door. Upon returning to the apartment, Vang found victim still sleeping on the sofa. He woke victim and they ate breakfast. He reported that victim ate some cereal, which had frosting on one side and wheat on the other without milk. Then they went to Vang's bedroom where victim was told to stand and pray near the foot of Vang's bed. He did not change victim's diaper as he was too tired. Victim was not allowed to do fun things as he was in a timeout. When asked about any toys at the apartment, Vang reported that there was one toy which he received at Christmas time. This toy was similar to a toolbox. However, he was not allowed to play with it during the week of 2/12 to 2/20/2024 as he was in a timeout. When asked what happens if the timeout do not work with victim, Vang stated that he would give him an ultimatum. Vang reported that the ultimatum was usually, "Do you want some cold water?" Vang reported that victim did not like cold water, but did not know why. You've got to be kidding me. When asked about what victim ate while he was with Vang, he stated pizza, noodles, cereal, and similar items. He stated that victim was still bottle fed and he was trying to get him to eat regular food. He was unable to provide specific details as to the food. While Vang was sleeping, he would lock the door to the apartment at the doorknob, deadbolt, and with a security chain attached at the top of the door to keep victim from walking out of the apartment. Vang reported that on the evening prior to victim going missing, he had consumed 3 12-ounce Budweiser beers and 1 cyclobenzaprine as a sleep aid. The information provided by Agent Lofty, Lieutenant Oswald, Detective Herman, Detective Lieutenant Glasser, and Detective Kleipen is believed because they have provided true and reliable information as law enforcement officers. The information provided by Jesse Vang and Katrina Bauer is believed as it's based on their observations and experiences. The complainant is informed by the records of Wisconsin Circuit Court's Crime Information Bureau, National Crime Information Center, and/or the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, known to complainant to be reliable as they are records maintained by circuit courts and other government agencies, which have provided true and reliable information in the past, that the defendant has been convicted of the following offenses, crimes, which remain of record and unreversed. So there's a DC 11 CM 993 out of Winnebago. I'm going to have to look to see what that is. There's a weapons charge out of Outagamie, and there's 2 other charges that don't say what they are. So Jesse is being charged with neglecting a child. Specified harm did not occur in child under 6 years of age. So that is all the same wording from the mothers. Same $10,000 fine or imprisonment not more than 3 years and 6 months or both. Let's see here. The probable cause is exactly the same as the mother's. So that is absolutely crazy. Made that little baby stand there for 1 to 3 hours at a time without sitting down. He's 3. What kind of issues could they be having with this child besides a child that's doing normal 3-year-old things? Hi, Carrie. I don't know about you guys, but I don't believe this is going to be a happy story as far as finding little Elijah Vue safe and sound. There's a reason they arrested these 2 individuals. And they may just be waiting for information to come back from other cell phone searches and things like that. I don't know. It's so sad this is happening more and more and more, and We have not found a way to stop it. I can say that this is about 2.5 hours southeast of me. And if they have not found him by this weekend, and I can at least get the headlight fixed on my car, I'm going to go there and search. Because this little boy needs to be found. And I want to do something to help. It is. It's so heartbreaking. But thank you for joining me and watching the press conference. And thank you to Carly for getting me that charging information and the probable cause. I appreciate it. This guy should have never been around children. Let me just say that. Now with the charges that I found on him that are in the yesterday's video. Should have never been around kids. And from what I understand, the family that we saw today at the press conference, who is Elijah's father's side of the family, they haven't seen him since he was about 6 years old. Or I'm sorry, 6 months old. But I will keep everybody up to date. I will start putting the daily updates on my community page so everybody knows what is happening. And if I can make it to Two Rivers this weekend, I will try to get some video of the area and what's happening so everyone can see it. Pray for this little boy. Pray for the family that loves him and wants him back. And hopefully this mother and her so-called boyfriend do the right thing and tell police where this little boy is. As we say here, if you see something, say something. Because the deaths of these children have to stop. We have to get involved. And until we can make a difference in that, justice for the ones that we lost matters. I'll see you all soon. Thank you for joining me.